like, girl, you gonna make so much money. I told her that in front of her man. I'm like, you gonna make so much money. I'm trying to find a nice way of saying, you so fine, niggas just gonna buy.
just to have access to you.
Exactly. Shout out to the girls that's so fine that men will pay for access.
Well, women have life on easy mode.
Do they?
Well, not according to I'm getting beat up in the comments.
I love it
on Kodiak's page right now.
Hold on, let me sniff this. I had to tell somebody this week they ain't Job. Did I tell that somebody that? Or did I imagine that? Never mind. Niggas think they Job out here.
Hey, dudes want to struggle. Dudes want to suffer.
They want to be able to say like, people like to struggle so they could tell you like how they overcame.
Yeah, I'd be like, forget that. I do not like to struggle.
Yeah.
Y'all gotta have that.
You know what it is? It be artists. It be like photographers, music artists.
Well, that is kind of the space of art.
Well, I think that's the space of, that's what they want you to believe.
Yeah.
So they can keep you under long enough.
Yeah.
Hey, you got to struggle.
But if I was an artist, I would be like
Mama Beware.
Mama calling.
Really like, bro.
Ma.
Yeah.
Me and Mike are on the pod right now.
Oh, okay. For me, go out tonight.
Who?
Me and you.
You want me to take you out to eat?
Yeah, just me and you.
That's so sweet.
I like to cut up with you.
Mike just said that women have life on easy road. The fact that you called me and just go, can we go out to eat? I mean, I can see.
That is so sweet. You gotta take your mom out.
A third. Hey, Pastor Mike.
Hey, how you doing, Mama Beware? Hey, he gonna take you out.
Yeah, tonight or tomorrow night. But I like it when it's just me and Gavin.
Oh no, I don't know.
That's sweet. I like it. I like it.
Yeah.
I have to see, but
because me and him got the same personality, so we're gonna see who talks the most.
No, we don't. I have a personality of my father.
No, you don't.
All right, Ma, we gotta go. We got a pod.
All right, love y'all.
Love you.
Bye. That whole thing did not work last week as far as like phone calls, but suddenly now it works for my mom.
Works perfectly.
All right. Hold on, I got something for you.
Hi, I'm Kaylee Weichbrot. I'm a mom of 2 in Fairfax County. This is my oldest. And my husband and I have a difficult decision to make this fall as he is approaching preschool age, and we are faced with the decision of whether or not we are going to put our child in public school system where Fairfax County has decided to move forward with instituting gender studies in elementary school. Despite having done a study group, a focus group in the community to see if parents even wanted this. And when parents said no, the board voted 16-0. And
got y'all up out of there. Hold on.
we're moving forward anyways. This shows clearly that they see parents not as partners, but as an obstacle for their agenda. And I have a really hard time looking at him and going, here, I'm just going to give you over to people who do not want to partner with me in how you're going to be raised.
I'm not mad at her take.
Me either. So that got put in the UN group. Our UN group has expanded with another interracial couple.
I ain't gonna say it.
But the funny part about that group chat is very outspoken men, all men of color, all men who are very outspoken, and all men who have no problem with letting the other members of the group know, like, we don't care about white tears.
Yeah.
Now, everybody, the question asked in the group, how do y'all feel about this? Let me put it like this. Sometimes when you go down the slippery slope, you can't get mad when you start slipping.
Yeah. And not only that, so gender studies. So here's the thing, right? When you talk about gender studies, the issue that I think most people are having is we're talking about the new genders, right?
We're talking about, okay.
When I say the new genders, because, genders, it was assumed at one point in time that gender was male, female, right?
Yes.
Now genders have gone beyond that.
Absolutely.
Right. So when you go into gender studies, one of the things is the identity, right? The identity that someone has with their gender, right? And I think a lot of people are saying, like, well, if the vast majority of us are heterosexual males, heterosexual females, my identity is also going to matter, juxtaposed against the they-them identity, right?
Absolutely.
So we can say both are fair, both are correct, but my position isn't opposite of their position to say right versus wrong, because that wasn't the whole idea. And I think that's the part that people are having a hard time trying to explain, right? Like, not that, we don't think that, you should burn people at the stake, in a sense, but it is one of the things where it's like, hey, I see your point of view, now listen to mine. And I guess most people are saying, like, that's not really happening. We're just bringing in this agenda, telling their identity, and we must accept that without someone saying on the back end, well, what about my identity?
Absolutely. And I think a lot of this, so when you look up, because first thing I did when I saw this video is I Googled what are gender studies in elementary school? Because it's easy to assume, but you kind of want to know, like, what are they putting? Yeah.
Well, and I'm interested because I am assuming right now, to your point.
Yeah. So, it's what you're talking about. It's about gender.
Yeah.
It's about introducing LGBTQ, and it's about introducing sexuality.
Yeah.
To children.
Yeah.
So, which got me thinking is, all right. So why is the government feeling comfortable with saying, hey, we're gonna put this in public school? And some of it got to do with, well, years ago, and I'm not saying what's right or wrong. Don't ask me my opinion on this podcast. When we off the mics, please ask me my opinion. But I have a feeling it has something to do with, all right, Obama's in office. We giving rights to the LGBT community.
Yep.
A lot of rights who, what I think they should have had it well before Obama got in there, but y'all know what time it is, or know what time it was. And so you're looking at that, and then now we getting on this thing of, all right, now that they have rights, so now why aren't we talking about this in high school? All right, well then, okay, in high school, maybe you got your sexuality already figured out. All right, so why aren't we talking to introducing kids so they're not uncomfortable with this in middle school? All right, well now, why aren't we talking about this in elementary school?
Well,
so I'm just saying, I see how we got to this point. Not saying I agree with it, because when we started this pod off early off, one of our listeners hit me up. Me and her was talking, and she was like, yo, took my daughter to a JoJo Siwa concert, and the concert is over, and she goes, oh, by the way, I'm a lesbian, and got right off stage.
Yeah.
And she said, I had to look at my 7-year-old daughter and explain what a lesbian was the whole way home.
Yeah.
And I ain't never even spoken to her about sexuality yet.
Yeah.
And she was like, I felt like that was just disrespectful. This girl who is a teenager, who knows that most of her biggest fans are not teenagers, they are kids, and you getting your shit off, and now I'm in the car explaining, and I'm not comfortable. B, my daughter's not ready. And the only reason why we're having this conversation is because you decided to introduce this to my child. So I understand this mom's point of view.
Yeah. And I think a lot of it could be encompassed up under bullying. And because I think when someone is different, right, that opens up the door to be bullied, right? But someone also being different also doesn't mean that they're not different, right? And I think that this idea that, hey, we should look at everybody as they're the same does a disservice, because that's not really how humans work.
Yeah.
Right? Like, if someone is different, we got to look at them and say, hey, they're different, but I can't discriminate against them. They're different, but I can't bully them. But they are different. So I don't have to, and I know this is going to sound terrible, I don't have to accept them.
Yeah.
Right? You know what I'm saying? Like, that is personal to me. My acceptance is personal to me. And we keep trying to force this on society, and society keeps showing us that, yo, we'll pretend we're doing it, but in real life, we ain't doing it.
Yeah.
We ain't doing it.
Well, Twitter's showing me that.
Yeah. Life in general, but politics right now, they're doing whatever the hell they want to do. They're doing whatever the hell. No one is stopping them, right? So this idea that we ever had any type of equality in this country has always been BS.
Yeah.
Because given the opportunity to do what's quote unquote right, they're showing you we're not going to do it.
Yeah. Don't even get me started on this.
We're not going to do it. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, at the end of the day, that's what their side wants. Like, I don't know if I was talking to you guys or I was talking to somebody else, but I was like, yo, at the end of this administration, I was like, I would not be surprised if this dude has 2 aircraft carriers named after him.
Oh, he about to do something. They said he moved Obama's picture from the hallway.
Yeah, like I would not be surprised, because on his side, he is doing everything that they want, whether it's good or bad.
Yeah.
He's doing it.
Yeah, and I laugh because I'm like, it's too early for politics. I don't think we got politics.
We haven't got politics on the board.
My man found the National Guard.
Yeah, right? And federalize them, right? They're federalizing ICE, right? They're telling people that, hey, you and your son could join ICE and be federalized, right? We will weaponize you. We will train you. We will give you a badge to go out here and find brown people, right? Like that should throw up bells and alarms and stuff. But It hasn't.
Nah.
You know, so that shows me that not only does that side believe it, but that means that the side that's supposedly on my side also low-key believes it.
Yeah.
So it goes back to the point what I'm saying is that the only people that are buying into that everybody is the same and we're going to treat everybody fairly is our dumbasses.
Fair.
I'm Pastor Mike Will.
Now, I am Gavin B. Welcome to service. We ready to have the pod of the year right now. What is the point of this podcast? Let's do it like that.
If you are a black male and you're in a jam, hit me up. I'll get you out.
Trying to save black men.
We give black men a place to be seen, a place to be heard.
Sometimes I got to push back because be lying.
They do, but so do women. So that's what makes the pod cool.
Strap in. It's about to be fun.
Now let's begin.
Yo, I want to welcome everybody to episode 192. Only 8 more episodes, Mimi and Med, before we get our balloons in here. Oh, Med did hit me up. She hit me up quick. Voice memo. Boom, straight to my phone. And you know, you got to be careful when a girl send you a voice memo, depending on what time it is, and you buy your girl. So I get the voice memo, but I'm like, I know she ain't finna violate. So I click play, and she was like, yo, don't be telling the streets I got a man. I don't know what you doing. Don't lie. Don't lie on me. And then she hit me up 30 seconds later and apologized because she didn't hear the second half of it until the end. But shout out to her. Shout out to episode 200, which is on the horizon. That is Pastor Mike Will, the greatest pastor ever. It's still beating y'all up in the comments, and I love it every day.
Oh man, it kills them, bro. Hey, you know, it just tells me that people do not understand words.
Nah, they don't. And then it showed me that y'all believe it. Any and everybody can and will be a pastor. You know what I'm saying?
It literally says in the heading, it's a moniker and a misnomer. I don't know what you think that's referring to.
Where they came? I was gonna say black people. People have hard time in
reading comprehension is at an all-time low.
In the words of Vince Staples, you niggas can't read or write.
It's at an all-time low.
I am Gavin B, Mr. Gavin B. Figure out whatever name we do have. Let me tell y'all how funny this podcast is. So I got the grand idea this weekend and was like, yo, let me get us a Cash App. Let me do this. So I go, somebody done stole Black Dad's Club in the Cash App.
No, I got it. I'm just holding on to it. Oh,
I'm pissed. I'm living. I'm in the house cussing out. Telling Karina, somebody done stole our shit. This is why we shouldn't have said this on this podcast too many times. Look at me and Mike, goofy. Now we're going to have to explain. I'm over here. I'm like, you know what? Cool, bet. I'm going to still get Black Dad Pod. I put the logo up there. I'm like, now the other person ain't got a logo. What I do? I'm like, you know what? I'm going to go request money from this nigga. Whoever this person is. First person came up, Mike. And I said, this is why people just be stressed out for no reason. Mike didn't already got today. I was like, thank God somebody else is thinking on this podcast besides me because I don't know what the hell was going on.
Oh,
so
man,
you
that's
can
hilarious.
donate to either Black Dad's Club or Black Dad's Club Pod. Whatever one. I prefer Black Dad's Club. Please just donate there and we will love you. We will show you love. It only costs $1 a month to sponsor this podcast.
We need to run that ad for that. $1 a month. We're gonna get beat up. It's gonna go straight to the wrong side of the internet.
Absolutely.
As soon as we launch it.
We love y'all. Yo, this Friday, we expect to see love in the building. We expect to see heels in the building, nice dresses, quality men, people that love us. We expect to see you in the building at 3rd and Fernwood at 6 o'clock.
Cannot wait. 3rd and Fernwood. It'll be this Friday. What is 15th?
Yes, sir.
15th. We'll be there for 6 to 9. I'll be there a little bit early. Come through, man. We politic here. Gonna have a little bit, some music going. You can buy drinks at the bar. We have our side of the restaurant. It's gonna be a great time. Looking forward to meeting some of y'all, seeing some of y'all I haven't seen in a long, long time.
Yeah.
Networking with some of the local pods around here in Charlotte. So
absolutely
looking forward to it, man. Please come and hang out. It's just our 4th year anniversary. We decided to do this because we really think that next year we're gonna be like out of here. So we was like, yo, we want an opportunity to meet everybody that's an early adopter.
I was gonna talk shit, but let me stop.
No, you can't because people are coming on Friday. We gotta be nice to everybody. So, but no, like real talk, like that. Man, look, last week's pod, this week's pod, bro. Like that's like the baseline.
Yeah. Also, like we want to spend time with people, especially people that's been rocking with us that really like us.
And it's a crazy audience. Like when I say crazy, it's like, yo, we have a highly sophisticated audience.
Our audience is wild because some people are lawyers. Some people are doctors. Some people are in finance.
Yeah.
Some of y'all are scammers. Some of y'all
We don't have a lot of scammers.
Enough is more. You know what I'm saying? Or more is enough. We have nurses. We got a little bit of everybody. Artists. Like, so it's cool to be like, hey, you don't know who you gonna meet.
Yeah.
We got a dentist in here.
Yeah.
Some of y'all need a new
DJ,
crown.
Our DJ.
DJ.
Met through the pod. So
Absolutely. So it's dope to be like, yo, actually, you know what? One of our listeners, I'm not gonna say your name. I told you about it.
Yeah.
She's going through a divorce.
Yeah.
Her man trying to just clean her out, right? Which is sad. Especially because she cool. But I figured out who got the money because she didn't book me about 4 times since this divorce proceedings started. So I'm like, she got the money.
She gotta get back out there.
Another one of our listeners, I was talking to him about it, and he goes, "Oh, I know a great lawyer. One who don't play."
Yeah.
And send her the information. I ain't send it because I ain't jumping in nobody's business. But the point is that those resources are there. You know what I'm saying? So it's super cool, man. So, but we want to see y'all. We want to show some love. My wife asked, should she show up? I said, yes.
Yes.
I gotta start getting her into like, you need to be there. So Temptation knows to go to the upper side and mess with Mike. You know what I'm saying? Go talk to Mike. Temptation Island. Speaking of, my wife now got me watching Perfect Match. It's a Netflix show. Nick Lachey is hosting. It's just like all the other stuff I watch. But you know what? One of the girls from Charlotte is on there. Two of the girls from Charlotte.
Charlotte's a little growing city, man. Like this is why people be thinking Charlotte has a lot of baddies, because every time there's a dating show now, it's like it's a couple of chicks. With, like I see the miscommunication, like between CIAA and these dating shows. I see why y'all come in here being real frustrated dating, because Charlotte's not a great place to date.
It's really not. And so
it's still a family city.
The girl who I don't know, she not giving it up. She not messing around. She got a daughter, and she's not putting out. You can close any barn door once the horses are out. I ain't got nothing to do with that, right? So she's on that type of time. But the young boy ran into that girl who I told you a couple of shows ago, who walked up to the dudes and was like, basically like, I love giving head. Yeah. He keep running to her. And he don't know what to do. He sweat every time she walk past him. He don't know how to talk.
So he's dating one woman that's saying,
no, he's dating a girl who ain't trying to put out.
That I ain't putting out at all. And then he keep running across the other chick that's like, yo, I'm gonna just give you the guap.
The girl said, if I'm in a relationship, threesomes are mandatory.
The one that's doing the guap?
Yeah. She told him that.
All right, so we got the Temptation girl there. And then we got the other girl there that's not putting out at all.
Yeah, but I realized like this Perfect Match is what hey, my 15 seconds of fame has ran out, but I still need to keep getting these $2,500 checks for hostings and bookings. Because everybody on there knows the game. They know how to play the media stuff. They trying to be dramatic. It ain't working. It's like all of y'all is whack. It was like, whatever. But it's our trash TV. We gonna get into the Katrina doc. That's what I'm watching now. Dad tip of the week. I really don't have one. I was supposed to look that up.
What you mean? School about to start. Dad tip of the week is, hey, if you haven't school shop yet, you might want to handle that today.
Because Shein ain't sending you your clothes for a month. So you might need to go do something. Man, I went in the North Lake Mall yesterday. Dog, they not only have they closed stores, they are boarding them up and putting up walls. Like I was by Dillard's.
So what they about to do in North Lake? They're about to tear it down and put up a house?
I thought they sold it for $30 million.
Oh,
to who I don't know, but I want to say, but dog, I'm talking
developer about to redevelop all that.
Forever 21 is completely gone, boarded up, Mike. I'm talking about here's a wall. We have put a wall there and crown molding. Like we not even putting up a fake wall that you can't see. No, we have filled in all glass.
We're watching the end of the mall era.
Thank God.
Yeah, that is. I mean, come on, we grew up in the mall, man.
That
was a thing where it was just like, yo, where you want to go on Saturday? Be like, yo, let's just go to the mall.
And then your mom don't pick you up for 8 hours later.
Yeah, you got some money for the food court. We used to have arcades in the mall when I was a kid. This is way prior to a lot of y'all that's listening right now. At least a third of our audience has no clue what I'm talking about right now.
Well, they ain't got malls no more. So
this is true. But no, dad tip of the week, yo, if you have not gotten school clothes or if you have not sent your ex-wife or baby mama money for school clothes, handle that today. Like for real, handle it today. Because like school is going to kick off. You can still get all your stuff from Nike right now. You can still get all your stuff from Amazon. If you do not know your kid's sizes, don't be embarrassed. Just hit her up and be like, hey, I need to put an order in today. Can you shoot me? Now, if she starts a fight, do not respond to the fight. All right.
Really? I can't respond?
No, don't respond to the fight. Like, just let the energy die down and then just ask the exact same question. Just copy it, put it back in there, hit send, and then you'll get the information. It works every time. I'm telling y'all.
What if I send her the message and it turns green?
It turns green. That just means she just got you blocked for a little bit. You'll be fine. You'll be fine. You'll be fine. And green still goes through sometime anyway. Just send us text. It'll still go through.
David Justice, great interview. Let's get to it.
We never had any major issues like that. It's just that because I was young and had only been in, honestly, one real relationship before her, my knowledge and my understanding, my wisdom around relationships just wasn't vast. So I'm looking at my mom, and I'm a Midwest guy. So in my mind, I'm thinking a wife at that time should cook, clean,
traditional,
and then I'm thinking, okay, if
Matt
we
Barnes
have
threw that in.
kids,
David did not say that.
is this the woman I want to have kids with and build a family with? And at that time, as a young guy, she don't cook, don't clean, don't really seem like motherly. And then we start having issues.
Can y'all
This had the internet in a tiffy.
It really did. That and the white chicks talking about
Lily?
Yeah.
Oh, we'll
Lila
get to
Rose.
them. We'll get to
That over last week, the internet was on fire about, I guess, the ideal of wives or what wives should do.
I don't get how this is a big deal, but the Nelly and Ashanti thing wasn't.
Yeah,
like
right.
That's the internet for you.
It is that hypocrisy.
Yeah.
Now, and I will say it was such a tizzy that at first I was like, David, why are you talking on Holly 40 years later almost, right?
Absolutely.
So I was like, all right, I'm going to watch before I go in on him. Let me go and watch the whole
You gotta
interview.
watch it. And it fits perfectly.
And it fits perfectly. Like, he wasn't talking about Holly. He was actually talking about being a minor league ball player, getting that whole team being pulled up by the Braves, how good they were as a team, and him being a rising superstar in the 90s, meeting Halle Berry.
Absolutely.
And in that context, it makes perfect sense. And I was just like, all right, he didn't say anything wrong.
How often can we talk about our exes on these mics?
I honestly, for this particular reason, I say avoid. Because the internet does not do nuance, right?
They do not.
They do not do nuance.
Or they don't go watch the full episode.
Exactly. They don't watch the full. So I was like, for that reason, I still have to say you can't talk about them. You just can't.
I don't believe in talking about exes. Plus, I ain't got nothing.
Not a specific ex, right? If you're talking about a previous situation, right?
Yeah.
Like we were talking about the new app, T on Her app, and one of my friends was just talking, and I know we're gonna get there too. Like, I'm jumping ahead all over the place. But one of the things I'll tell my friends, I was like, yo, I could post, right? I could take a woman's picture, right, from 20 years ago and be like, yo, I co-signed on this girl car she got repossessed, right? Yeah. Right? Like I have that story. Yes. You know what I'm saying?
True.
And I was like, what sense would it make for me to do that? I was like, that's loser stuff.
Yeah.
That's loser stuff.
Yeah, talking about exes get weird because it's like you don't know what they doing. You don't know what their situation is. Also,
they may be better.
Or they could be way worse.
Oh, they could be way worse. Yeah.
Or, my favorite thing is like, you have to remember you was young and dumb too.
Exactly.
Because
and they got a story for you.
Oh, please.
You think you got a story for them? They got one for you too.
Oh, I got payoffs ready. When this pod about to take off, please just contact me first. You are not Shannon Sharp me. I got the payment ready.
Hey, we ain't cheap over here.
Nah.
We are not cheap. Now, always remember, I have an hour and a half for Fayetteville, so calm yourself down. Calm
this
down.
man shaved an hour off of getting to Fayetteville, which is crazy because that is definitely 2.5 hours.
It is 2.5 hours.
He said I'd be there 90 minutes. But it's the understanding that I don't know what you're doing over there, and I don't want to mess up your house because I don't need you messing up mine.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because if you go get on the mic and you want to throw me under the bus, it's a long day at my house. And I understand that.
Yeah.
And then also, like, it's funny. I had an ex call me one time and wanted to clear the air, and I looked at her. I said, "Girl, I don't remember you from college. So the fact that you think you're an ex is funny."
Yeah.
Like, you know, you deal with that. So you don't know what's going on in people's mind. And also, what's my thing? Some people are unwell. You might be unwell in 2025 and you wasn't back then, or vice versa.
Are you still unwell? So I do believe when you call it out exes by name. Now again, when I went back and when I looked at the episode, it all made sense. David Justice, he's talking about, you know, being married young, right? Not really having experience being married. Like, I think right after that, he was just saying that, you know what? If we had known about therapy, we would have made it.
He started with that, and I'm mad because I was this is what happened to me. My journey with this clip is I saw the headline and I was completely with the internet.
Yeah,
it's Halle Berry, bro. She ain't cooking, she ain't cleaning.
Yeah,
cool. And then I'm thinking about how big Halle Berry was.
Yeah,
and I don't think this generation, of course, now they know Halle Berry that she make lube because she dry.
Yeah.
That's what they know her is now, right? They don't know that for like a decade straight, Halle Berry was the most beautiful woman in the world.
Yeah. Over a decade.
Yeah, it was no getting out of that. It was like, all right, can we get somebody else?
Yeah.
Please, can Sofia Vargas please step up? Can J-Lo come out of anywhere?
Yeah.
Gabrielle Union, she fought hard this year. She still ain't making it.
Yeah.
But nope. White men and black men and the others came together and said, nope, Halle Berry every year.
And she couldn't act. And we still didn't care.
Did not care.
Put her in film, please.
Oh my gosh. And then Monster Ball had to come out, right? Oh my gosh. It was over.
Yeah, we was like, we don't care. Put her in the film. So, but funny enough though, right? Even in this clip, he's like, yo, I had all the money back then.
Yeah. So my thing is, I'm seeing the headline.
Yeah.
And I'm like, this is crazy. Then I see the 45-second clip.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, well, this makes sense. He's talking about dating. Then I see the 1.5-minute clip, which is the therapy, which is Matt Barnes asking, hey, how was it being low key?
Yeah.
And then you start dating this woman and your life becomes public.
Exactly.
And that's what he started talking about.
Yes.
Was like, yo, I came from this. I didn't know better. I assumed. I did a lot of assuming. He even talked about, he was like, yo, I remember one time I'm with her in LA and a dude comes up that she worked with and he kissed her in the mouth.
Yeah.
And he was like, I didn't understand that was an LA thing with actors. Like, oh, this is my friend. Also, David, don't want to be that guy. You dating a biracial chick raised by a white woman. Hey, brother, some things get different over there.
I mean, real talk, isn't David biracial though? Also,
he might be, but I went to an all-white school. People kiss each other in the mouth.
Yeah. I think he is also, but I think he's from the Midwest too. I know he was just raised by his mom, but I'm almost certain he also is biracial. But to his credit though, like I know we look at David Justice now, Halle Berry now, we're like Holly here, David down here. Mm-hmm. But during the 90s, I mean, I'm real talk. It was like when they talked baseball, it was like Ken Griffey, Barry Bonds, David Justice. I know that sounds crazy today to think about it, but no, it was like he was one of the biggest baseball players, if not the biggest baseball player during the 90s.
Yeah, I mean, if you're getting Halle Berry.
Yeah, to your point, right? Yeah, you're getting Halle Berry. You're definitely one of the biggest baseball players. So it made sense. The internet did what it did. But to your first point, right? Holly's not cooking and cleaning. Everybody's okay with that. But Nelly's saying, I'm not changing diapers while he's on tour, by the way. Yeah. Right? Everybody's like, what you mean you're not changing diapers?
No, he said, I will get a nanny to do that for you.
Yeah.
So you don't got to do it.
You ain't got to do it. I'm just not doing it.
Yeah. It is like crazy. Now, do get me to this. Now, David Justice, I'm not going to kick your back in, but I am going to say this. This was weird. It did show me that, hey, this is why it's important for men to be in the home, because then you can understand that, hey, there are roles.
Yeah.
But also you could see that you growing up seeing that, hey, your mom cooks and clean, and you thinking that's what women supposed to do.
That's what all women are supposed to do, because that's, know.
But you didn't see, where's your father? Is he working? Where's your father assisting?
He grew up without his father.
Yeah, I know. So that's what I'm saying. It's important to see that, because, see, I grew up in a house, and so I kind of want to get on this traditional wife thing.
Coming in hot.
I don't know nobody with a traditional wife. I got one homeboy, and me and him talked about this right before this pod started, that he has a traditional wife. The last person I seen to have a traditional wife was my parents, right?
Yeah.
You talking about my mom had me so young. First of all, my parents getting...
I'm laughing because I'm thinking of like, yo, that's like the last traditional will be my parents.
Yeah, my parents got married in the 80s, late 80s, right? A year before I got here.
Yeah.
And you talking about my mom who dropped out of college, who every day my dad woke up, she woke up with him, right? She made sure he had lunch.
Yeah.
She made sure that when he came home, food was on the table, right? My mama couldn't iron. I ain't gonna lie to y'all about that. So my dad had to
About
iron.
to tap your mic, boy.
I ain't gonna lie to y'all. My mom couldn't iron for shit. And if you talk to my dad, she couldn't cook for shit either. But that's a whole nother subject. She had to learn. My dad, you know what? This is the disrespectful part about my dad. As a kid, he used to laugh and make jokes about how my mom chicken had blood in it.
Hey, but also though, right? So we talk about David, right? Your dad also married your mom, and they were both super young.
Stupid young.
They were both like, I mean, I'm vaguely remembering, but I want to say late teens, early 20s.
Yeah, my mom was. My birth certificate say my mom was 19.
Yeah.
So it's like, what are we doing here?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So,
but that was a thing during the 80s, though.
Absolutely.
And it kind of stopped after the 80s.
absolutely, people learned, but that was the last time I seen a traditional thing. And then once me and my sister got old enough, my mom was like, all right, now I want to go back to school.
Yeah.
But my mom, even when I was in high school, my mom finally got a job, but it was still like, my mom worked 5 minutes from my school.
Yeah.
Bro. So like, if something happened at school, they knew my mom would pull up.
Yeah.
Like, so that's the last time I seen this traditional thing. And then, but it got me thinking, do men want traditional wives anymore?
I think our understanding of wives have come from our fathers and grandfathers. Mm-hmm. I don't think we have an understanding of what it means to be a wife, right? Like, one of the biggest things that I think, right? And again, I figured this out post-divorce, so I'm no expert here, right? I had to go and figure this thing out, right?
Yeah.
You have to figure out, if you want to be married, what's the why? And it can't be love. And I know that sounds crazy.
It's never love.
But it can't be love, right? You have to figure out, like, how is marriage going to benefit you in your life? That you have to have an answer to that question. If marriage does not benefit you in your life, you don't need to do it. Now, there's other things that you also need to not do, right? Which is like have kids. Mm-hmm. That's the biggest thing. But if you're not having kids out of wedlock, you do have to say to yourself, like, yo, what is the benefit of marriage in my life? Not just woman.
Yeah.
The ideal in the institution of marriage. Where does it benefit me? Now, marriage is still being done by extremely wealthy people. Extremely wealthy people are majorly married.
Yeah.
So it is an accumulation tool for sure. So, but again, if we're not using it as an accumulation tool to become successful, to become wealthy, to have help, then we have to say, well, you know, I don't need it. And I think the biggest problem in today's society is that if a man tells a woman, hey, I am marrying you because I need help, that becomes offensive. But if a woman says, I'm marrying a man because I need help, everybody's like, oh yeah, I get it.
That makes sense.
That makes sense.
Yeah, you know, me and my boys, before this pod was starting, the question came up, like, what do y'all see as a traditional wife, right?
Yeah.
Is it the woman who take care of the home and who don't work and who cook, who clean? You know, personally, I think that's done. That's over with. And the reason why is because I think that's done with because we got to this point where society has taught us that women only do that.
Yeah.
And women now are saying, no, I'm not just, it ain't gonna be just me.
I don't even think I think they said, no, I'm not going to at all.
At all. And because it's not uncommon. I remember this. It's a young lady who I used to like, and I just knew like me and her was going to make it, right? We never even got to date. You know why? Because I remember growing up and hearing her say, I don't cook, I don't have to cook. My man gonna make enough money where we eat out every day. And I just remember I did the numbers in my head.
Yeah.
And at that time, I was eating at Chili's.
So you're doing low numbers.
You're
doing low numbers.
In my mind, y'all, I was in high school thinking I'm eating Chili's for the rest of my life.
Yeah.
Right? So I'm damn, that's a lot of money every month just because she can't cook or don't want to, don't want to learn. Now I laugh because that same young lady is struggling to learn how to cook now.
She done found somebody she likes.
She ain't found nobody.
Oh, well, that'll happen also.
That'll also happen, right? I look at it as like, I don't think I'm allowed to wash clothes no more in my house since I flooded it. But you know what I'm saying? I clean the dishes.
Hey, what do they call that? Weaponized incompetence.
Absolutely.
Gavin got tired of washing clothes, and he just flooded the house.
But my wife don't wash dishes. I wash dishes.
Yeah.
I don't mind washing dishes.
I think that's at the end of the day, I think that's the important thing, right? Is how do you show love to somebody that you want to be with, right? But I think the ideal of traditional, I think sometimes, again, I think as men, we have a hard time expressing ourselves, right? Because what do I really need help from a woman for, right? Like if I'm putting a TV up on the wall, right, she can't help, right? If I'm moving a dishwasher, she can't help.
Okay.
If I'm carrying all the groceries out of the car, like I guess I could call her down here, but chances are she's going to get in the way, right? So she can't help, right? So everything, like if I'm rotating tires, she can't help. If I'm changing the alternator, she can't help, right?
Okay.
All the things that we think of traditional male roles, right? If cutting grass, right? She could do that, but you know what? Low key, cutting grass, it can be dangerous.
Yeah.
So I don't want her to do it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like I would rather do that. So I think in a lot of places where men are asking women to do laundry, cooking, it's places where we're like, these are low stress environments.
Yeah.
To whereas nothing can happen, right? You're not going to cut your toe off in the kitchen. I hope, right?
Yeah.
You're not going to. You know, a piece of rock's not going to fly back in your eye. You're not going to have safety glasses on, right? In the house. You're not going to strain your back moving the chicken from the refrigerator to the sink, right?
Yeah.
And I think that's a level of care that we just throw out the door, right? Like, I'm not going to ask my wife to come grab the other side of the TV. I'll call Gavin.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? If I'm putting the TV up on the wall before I ask my wife to do it, right? Because I don't want her to get hurt.
Yeah, but then also, all right, we are growing up with some of these boys, and I'm not saying it's not uncommon now. You talk to some boys who don't know how to change a tire.
Absolutely. Which is a failing on society, mostly us men being in the homes.
Yeah, it's not uncommon for some dude. I remember I laughed my ass off, and it offended me so much when I was younger. This is trauma coming out, right? My grandfather, he was preaching, and he got up and preached about how I didn't know how to use a riding lawnmower. Right. And I'm like, why am I in your message right now?
Why you throwing me up under the bus here?
Like, what are we doing here? And you know what was funny was he gets done with his message and I go, yo, none of the yards where I live at in the city are big enough for a riding lawnmower.
Yeah.
I said, you don't own a push lawnmower.
Yeah.
I would have grabbed that if it was there, because that's what I know how to use.
Yeah.
Like, so it's certain things that you got to learn. And mind y'all, I'm in middle school when he's doing this preaching. I'm like, what are we doing here? So it's funny because a lot of things we're not doing. Also, I lived on my own longer than I live with my wife currently, right? I was cooking. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I was cleaning. So like now it's just like, it's a lot more dudes who know how to cook. You know, me and Karina was already talking about like, we want to get Roa cooking set. Yeah. Right? Because we don't like, some of your favorite chefs are men. Let me just put it out. Like
Vast majority of chefs are men. I'm funny enough, I had this question in the group chat with a couple of my homegirls, and I was like, what, Top Chef, Best Chef, whichever show it is. Yeah. I think it's like 20 seasons. And I was like, out of those 20 seasons, how many of those seasons you think women won? Yeah. Right? And it was only 6. Yeah. It was only 6.
Absolutely. So it's some of those things that we're looking at. So I think those traditional roles are moving, but then also like women are making more. You know what I'm saying? My wife, she's told me to stop telling y'all that she make more money than me. Once she said I'm lying, which ain't totally true. Well, it ain't totally false. Yeah. But also like, I have to stress to her, like, all right, if I just decide not to work for the rest of this year, what's gonna happen? Yeah, you're gonna make way more.
And not only that though, right? Like, but again, because they like one side of the patriarchy, not the other side. If a woman's making more money, she should take on more financial responsibility. And women are saying, well, look, I don't want to cook and clean, nor take on more financial responsibility.
What Chad would say in a Black Panther, we don't do that here.
We don't.
Said, hold up.
We don't do that here.
That's funny. And they don't want to put out no more. Why they don't want to put out, man?
Oh, we're gonna get there.
Because some of y'all don't believe in putting out, which I'm not mad at. Y'all do what y'all want to do in y'all house. But hold on. I love white women.
Mike Schmitz. I showed him to a girlfriend who's not Catholic, and she's like, when's Mass? What about the man needing sex? That's just a cultural narrative that basically says men are like animals and they have to be able to do this sexual thing. Otherwise, they're going to go crazy. And the reality is there's whole vocations that are celibate. And these are virile men's men. Some of the most masculine of men I know are priests. We need food. We need air to breathe. We don't need sex. It's a gift of coming together, and it's designed to bring life into the world.
I think the sexiest thing about a guy is like their self-control. And my husband has amazing self-control. So after
baby number 4, when we started practicing NFP, it was like we couldn't do it sometimes when we wanted to. And that kind of made things a little steamier, like not gonna lie. It's hard on him too, don't get me wrong. People will say, well, oh, do you just do other things for your husband?
Like go down on him. What is NFP? Natural Family Planning? What the hell?
The fertility awareness method.
Hold on, bro. I'm about to figure out. I need a definition of natural family planning.
Yeah.
Who is that?
Avoiding the ovulation woman. That's all.
Encompasses methods of pregnancy planning that only rely on reserving the woman's natural fertility signs to determine. All right, whatever Mike said.
Yeah, that's all. And to guys that actually use that, you could actually buy fertility, like the pregnancy test thing. Same company makes a fertility test as well, and that is a way. All right, but here's the thing, right? When that box is on 400 degrees, most are still diving in anyway, and that's when you use the rhythm method, right? Which is pulling out. Which is not as effective, but it's like 85% effective. Like,
well, unless you pull out halfway through, you got to get it out. You got to get okay, sex education. Got to get rid of the pre-cum before you go in, and then during the method, when you start feeling it, you got to pull out. Your pull out game has to be tight in order for this method to work. But let's go back to her original point. It says, depending on their goal, couples can choose to abstain from intercourse or use alternative methods of contraceptive during the fertility period. So, all right. So when they know they only have sex when she's not
ovulating.
That sounds sucky.
It really does. The ovulation, Lily Rose. The ovulation is like that's the good stuff. That's the good stuff.
This sounds terrible.
That's the good stuff. But to your point, right? These are quote unquote traditional wives, right? Mm-hmm. And traditional women are saying like, yeah, there's whole vocations of men that are celibate. Look, I'm going to say this, and I don't think men. I know. Look, apologies to the people that listen to this. They're like, yo, Mike, you always just be defending men on here. I told y'all that's kind of the shit. It's kind of just what I do.
Yeah, absolutely.
But one of the things that I think that we forget is that in a marriage, right? If a man cheats, everybody understands that. What did you do? You broke your vow, right?
Yes.
That's everybody's go-to. You broke your vow, right? But I think we forget that there's a front side to that as well, which is if your wife does not put out, for lack of a better term.
Here we go.
She is also breaking the vow. It is literally in the vow.
Is it?
To hold and to have. Or is it to have and to hold? I forget the order.
Is that what that means?
Yeah. What do y'all think that means? To have. To have and to hold.
I got to Google that.
What do y'all think it means?
I don't know. I just said
it. Yeah, to have your... See, and I think this is very, very hard, right? For us to accept on the front end that, hey, if a man is with his wife and his wife is not giving him pleasure, right? That she's breaking her covenant.
It refers to... So it's different. All right, let me give y'all what Google said. To have and to hold is a traditional phrase for marriage vows signifying a couple's commitment to each other. Doesn't mean that y'all got to smash, Mike.
Okay, again.
Okay, it says, hold on. Google came through at the end now.
Yeah.
To hold signifies the promise of physical and emotional support, intimacy, and companionship. It implies being there for each other through thick and thin, but also through comfort and affection.
All right, there you go. All right. So
all right, Mike on to something. He is a pastor, by the way.
Exactly, right? But I can't be in the pulpit with this. This is why I'm here. All right. So let's go back to the idea of a covenant, right? A covenant is different from a promise. A promise is one-sided, right? A covenant is an agreement.
True.
Right? And in order for an agreement to be enforceable, both sides have to hold up the terms to their agreement.
True.
And men need to become way more strict on this in their homes. Like, for real. You should never have a sexless marriage, in your home. That should be impossible. Because if that covenant is not being upheld on the front end, then there is no cheating on the back end.
Well, not even that. Dealing with those men as a man is annoying. Ladies.
No more drinking on this pod because Kevin's going to make me spit into this mic and he's going to be pissed off.
Absolutely. You know the terrace is going up. Bro, you ever dealt with the dude at work who ain't gotten laid? Dealing with the woman at work who hasn't gotten no D in a long time is annoying.
Yeah.
Dealing with the dude is worse. They're frustrating. They are rude. They are just mean.
They are frustrated and they are rude.
Yeah, as a man, you sit beside like, bruh. and then they cheat with their work wives. But I don't know why to get on a podcast and to spew this and to be cool with it, to say, hey, men don't need it.
Like,
and we don't have to give it to them. That's cool. Let me tell you let me tell you what Lily's husband is doing in his off time. If y'all want to know.
Allegedly, because everybody's suing these days.
We're getting to Drake next. Look, that dude is crying on the inside.
He's crying on the inside.
Or he's punishing himself.
Or he's not.
Or he's not crying
or
on the
he's
inside.
not, because again, that covenant has to be held up on both ends, and we never discuss that. We always discuss the cheating. We never discuss how we get to the cheating. And I'm not an advocate for cheating. I'm not an advocate for side chicks, but I do study human behavior, and I get why things happen. And
Facts.
we can't get like, look, it's wrong. Look, if your other person is doing everything they supposed to do, and then you out here doing this outside stuff, okay, you're a piece of shit. All right.
Yeah.
But if they're not doing anything, and then you find yourself in a situation where you compromise, I'm sorry, you're not a piece of shit. They didn't hold up their side of the bargain, and we need to impress that more, right? It can't just be when the backside messes up, well, you didn't uphold your vows. No, you didn't uphold yours either. And the moment one side does not uphold their vows, that contract is unenforceable. Now, don't go out here and cheat, fellas, because the government don't see it that way. I'm telling you how you should see it, though, so you don't feel like there should be a guilt in you because you feel a certain way.
Also, being this horny over Priest is weird.
Because she ain't having. Allegedly, she's probably not having sex with her husband.
Yeah.
Because women, no, not going to do it. I'm already getting ate up right now on Big Kodiak Homies post. If y'all would like to see that, go to his page. I'm getting ate up right now because I big up black man. Per usual. Another black man to big up. Drake. Drake is suing, as we all know. This suit is interesting. I'm not the maddest at Drake suing. I think it's corny, by the way. I think it's loser type behavior. But also, I understand that when we start suing, it's bigger things at play, and people are playing bigger games than just a rap battle, right? Exactly.
So the whole, hey, I'm suing because I think that y'all was able to work out a deal where Not Like Us got cheaper rates to be promoted than what everybody else gets. Yeah, I think that is. A, I think that's messed up. B, it's not shocking to me.
Not shocking. It's business.
You think I believe that if I want to promote my podcast and the Obamas want to promote their podcast, Spotify giving us the same deal?
No, we're not getting the same deal. We're not getting the same deal.
Absolutely. So it's not weird to me.
Yeah.
However, Drake, if this is true, and you are requesting to see Kendrick Lamar's contract, I think that's weird. I also think it's weird if you are out here saying that you want an investigation done on Kendrick Lamar alleged domestic abuse issues, and you want to know about you bring his kids into a lawsuit.
Yeah, not the last two parts. I think that's a bridge too far. But if a dude call you a PDF, I can see why you still being petty. Also, especially if you grew up without your dad. So I see why he's doing it. I disagree. I see why he's doing it. On the first part though, with the contract,
yeah.
If y'all screwing with my numbers, I low key do want to see the other person's number. So
yeah,
I get that part of the argument.
I get that part of the argument only because Kendrick said, "Show me your percentage and I double back with you." And if I'm Kendrick, I don't care no more.
I
don't care no more because you want to see my old contract. Kendrick's in a new contract now.
Yeah, so I get Drake. So I get the first part. The last two, you've been a little too petty.
Absolutely. Cardi B, I am here to say I heard that snippet of that song. I am waiting to Friday to get it off. But I think that career might be done.
I mean, let's be honest, bro. She made one album. Like, the career has kind of been done for a while.
The
rap career. Cardi, the personality is a brand.
That is a huge brand.
Yeah, that is a brand.
I think this rap career is about to be done. If I need to hear this whole song, because what I'm realizing is Party isn't with you no more. Writing. You ain't got the salsa de Migos beside you no more.
Ooh, that's a solid point.
You're not with Coach K and P anymore. Quality Control.
So who's doing it?
Well, she signed to Atlantic. That was the big hold up before. It's
who's producing the album then?
I don't know. And I think look, we heard outside. That shit came and went.
Like, and I mean, she's in the A. She's in the city of male producers that make women album.
Yeah, I mean, you in New York.
Yeah, but I mean, but that's what I'm saying. Like, there's a lot of guys. Like you say, you named a lot of them. But like Dream produced hip hop for women all the time. Neo isn't working. Probably needs to work. He produces a ton of work for women.
Gone. I think though that old crop. I want to know what Cardi about to give us because Offset's album rollout so far, it's sounding amazing. And I've listened to 2 Offset interviews, and they are. I even tweeted. I was like, I'm proud of him. He sound grown. He sound like he's growing.
Hey, a divorce will do it to you.
He sounds a lot of.
Here to tell you.
He sounds a lot of. Yo, I gotta be accountable.
Yeah.
I don't know if he's saying it. And let me be clear. His music and your music ain't been comparable for the last, WAP came out 5 years ago.
Dude, that's what I'm saying. Like Cardi honestly made one album. I mean, say what you want about Nicki. I was never a fan of Nicki's music, but
Be careful.
I'm not saying I'm not a fan of Nicki. I do not. Yeah, you're right. Her fan base might be worse than Eminem's. But what I'm saying is like, she produced, like, her works was good. Like, the production on every album she dropped. Like, even the one that I was just like, I don't know if she could do it again.
Yeah.
She did it again. So,
yeah. I don't know. Cardi, I heard that snippet and you sampling Jay, and I was just like, all right.
Well, let's wait to Friday. I'll let you review it, and then just leave me out of that clip altogether when you post it to the internet.
I got you. There's a new T app for men. This is the corniest shit ever. Is this cornier than the T app?
Yes. It is. Because for one, men don't care enough to even let it last. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, men don't care. I started this pod with like, yo, a girlfriend I dated, car got repoed, and I had cosign for it, right? Yeah. You really think I'd go in there and post that? Like, no, I don't care. I don't care. Like,
I just told a couple thousand listeners.
I didn't say her name. I wouldn't post a picture. I haven't even referred to whoever she was. And it was not my ex, like my most recent ex.
I ain't never met this girl.
This is like in my early 20s, right? Like, I think that's what I'm saying. Like, I think men, by and large, be like, man, if I got a bad girlfriend, bro, that's just on me.
Yeah, I don't think I call this corny simply because, well, first of all, I call the T app corny because we talking about EBT people posting about EBT type behavior, right? No offense to those who
need it.
Yeah. But yeah, there's a stereotype of those individuals.
Yeah.
And I ain't talking about the EBT. I'm talking about just the low brow, low budget, low corny type people. And that was the theme on the T app. Like, yo, this is like the gutter talking about the gutter.
Well, I mean, to original T app point, there's guys that are just online, right? That are matched with a girl or a woman. I told you I'm country. We call it all ladies, girls. All right. But there's a guy that'll match with a woman, and then she'll just grab his picture and throw it into Are We Dating the Same Guy group, or throw it into the T app and then say, hey, do you know about this man? Right. Now, this guy could be an executive somewhere. Yeah. Right. And you're posting him. Right. And then anybody can put anything up under it. Yeah. And now that becomes a narrative. That is dangerous. What guys are going to do, like, guys are not going to put on there, yo, I co-signed on this girl's car and it got repossessed, right? They're not going to tell, dude, I give y'all another story, man. I was dating this woman, and she wanted to start like a design business, so she needed to buy some AutoCAD software. She didn't have it, right? Okay. I gave her the money for the AutoCAD software. Do you think she ever got that AutoCAD software?
Nope. She got some shoes though.
I don't know what the hell she got, but she did not get that AutoCAD.
Nice dress.
And let me be clear, after each one of these situations, right? I'm like, yo, that's on me trying to be a provider, right? Yeah. You know, I'm big dog. You know, that's me being stupid and having to learn those lessons, right? Is any of that post worthy? No. Right? I don't think any of those women are quote unquote bad.
Niggas about to get on that app and talk about who burnt them.
They ain't gonna tell that. No, they're gonna be like, yo, I smashed a chick, she was easy.
Yeah, that, or yo, man, she out here burning dudes. Yeah. Not me though.
Yeah, exactly. and that's not, and here's the thing though, when guys see that, it's not like guys gonna be like, oh, let me avoid that woman. Nah, because what do men love more than anything?
Some hot box.
Some hoes.
Oh.
Yeah.
Ask a Black Dad segment brought to you by you. You can sponsor this podcast right here in this app. Shout out to Tam. Shout out to Tam Bam, man. I sent out a message. Anybody got any podcast topics? And her question to us was exactly this. Why do y'all motherfucking lie? Tam, do you want the truth or not? Because I can tell you the truth.
Let's give it the truth, man.
A couple reasons why men lie. The truth sounds worse than a lie. That's one good reason why men lie.
This is true. How do I look at his dress? It's all right.
Nah, like where was you at? If I tell you where I really was, you don't want to know.
Yeah.
That's another reason why men lie. You don't really want to know.
No.
Telling you the truth, honestly, men do a bad job at this, but when we get it right, we get it right. Sometimes we can guess when you really want the truth. And if we know you don't want the truth, I ain't got time for that.
Yeah, we just most of the time when a man lies, he's just protecting your feelings.
Yeah.
That's all. Like he's not afraid of you.
Nah, it's never that.
He is not like he's literally just protecting your feelings. Like if we want to get down, why do men lie? It's because we're protecting women's feelings.
Yeah.
Because we don't lie to each other. Like when your boy hit you up and be like, yo, man, such and such, you be like, yeah, bro, you saw that? Yeah, that was stupid.
Yeah, absolutely. Yo, where was you at yesterday? I was at this house party.
Yeah.
You know, old girl was there. Bro, I ended up getting so drunk, I fell asleep on the couch.
Yeah.
And
Like, dude,
up.
you went back to her. You went, like, men tell each other the truth and we ride each other and be like, bruh, did you really go back? And you be like, yeah, bruh. Like, men don't really lie to each other. But to a woman, a lot of times we're just like, yo, we're having to lie to you so we don't hurt your feelings. That's it.
Or y'all don't want the truth.
Because y'all don't want your feelings hurt. And
sometimes the truth sound worse. I could just tell you I was out to eat, not where I was at.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because if I tell you where I really was, it just sounds worse than y'all. I went out to eat. It's cool. If y'all want to see a black horror film, there's a new doc on Hulu about Katrina. It's 4 episodes. It's either 4 or 5. I'm about to start episode 4. I can't lie to you. Don't know if I'm going to start it. Episode 4. It is allegedly, I think this is the one Ryan Coogler did. He directed. Apparently, it's thousands of hours of film of Katrina, and
I've saw some clips. I can't watch it.
It is a lot of us. If you were old enough, you remember when your parents made you watch Roots, and then you had to go to school the next day, right? You had to watch Roots Friday night when you got out of school, or you end up landing on Roots, and then by the time you got to school on Monday, you was just hot, pissed, right? This is one of those films. And it goes in depth. And you know what's funny is this, you forget how little information was around back then.
Yeah.
So you had to be watching stuff because I don't think Twitter was out at that point. Facebook was just coming into its idea.
Yeah.
And
no, I wasn't a lot of social media because I can remember
was not around.
Yeah, I can remember being in the motorcycle shop because I was getting like my bike service that day. And I remember looking up at the television screen and I'm like, when I saw it, I was like, what third world country are they showing this video of? Like, what's going on? Because like Katrina had happened, but it wasn't the story yet. It wasn't the news story.
Not.
So it was just like, yo, Katrina happened last night and I'm at the shop and I'm getting my bike service and I'm looking up and I'm just seeing this utter destruction and people are struggling. I'm like, what third world country are they in that they're showing this, right? And then when they were just like, yo, this is New Orleans, like, and it was nothing but black folks. I ain't gonna lie, bro. Like I'm a young man in my 20s and I was tearing up. I was like, no way this is happening in America.
And for me, I was so young and just because I was in high school and the big thing was, yo, mind y'all, go to an all-white Christian school. I gotta give you that.
Yeah.
The big talk was, yo, Kanye West said George Bush is racist. That's the only thing I knew about Katrina because it wasn't on the news like that, like you said, right? Or I wasn't watching the news like that to know that, hey, something was happening. And then you start looking and, you know, you watching this doc and it's just crazy. It's crazy to hear how, you know, it pulls on every emotion, right? We're talking about how people are hard-headed and didn't get out the state or out the city, right? And then it pulls on, hey, some people is too poor to leave. Like they have nowhere to go.
They have nowhere to go. Where are they going to go?
And then it got to, hey, we housing people and you got the director of FEMA on there, not knowing that, hey, you got 20 people at the Superdome, right? And then they telling him, the news is telling him, hey, did you know you got an extra 30,000 at the convention center with no food and water? And he was like, yes, they are. They're being fed. And they're like, no, they're not. Our people are there right now showing people and there's no food. And he was like, oh, I thought you was talking about the Superdome. I didn't know you was talking about the 30,000 people down the street. And it's like, you doing that. And then you know, then it's getting into the race thing. And I'm at the part now where they're talking about they're killing folks.
Yeah.
And they are purposely, you know, you know what? This is what I say. I don't know. Damn it, Mike thing went out. I probably didn't erase your joint. Well, good thing we got the backup. I say this. I don't know if we gotten better or worse at misinformation in this country. And because back then, it was only the news.
Yeah, it was only the news. And what we did not know was the idea that they were out there, quote unquote, shooting looters, right? Mm-hmm. And I don't know how you can loot when insurance paying for everything that's already been destroyed and people are suffering, right? But when you look back, you realize that this was an excuse to deputize and possify
Sierra Randall,
the ideal of murdering of Afro Americans and Black Americans. And I think in retrospect, like now with social media, I don't even know in this current environment or in this current state if we would even care, right? Like I know we saying like, in 2005 or 2006, I forget when it happened. I know that we didn't care, but if we were to pull that to modern times, would we care now? I think it's. I don't think we still even care. And one of the things that I hate is, and I'll just say this, and I'll lay off. And this is why I'm not gonna watch the doc. I saw some clips, and I was like, I don't think I can watch it, right? But this is the problem that I have with our community. New Orleans is known for. You screw up down here, we're gonna go ahead and put it. We're gonna go ahead and wet you up, right? And when it was time for y'all to defend yourselves, and this is not exclusive to New Orleans. This is by and large. I've seen this in all Black communities across the country. Mm-hmm. You're incapable of defending yourselves, but you will hurt yourselves. You hurt one another. That is a problem in our community, and I'm sick of it.
Yeah,
if you're going to be violent, I need you to be violent all the time.
Yeah.
Not just violent against people that look like you.
Yeah, that was scary. Let me ask you this to lighten up the mood. Is there any like red flags in like friendships that you be like, yo, I got to get away from this person? Like,
yeah, absolutely. The quickest thing I get away from is that dirty macking. You know what I'm saying? Like low key hating, like you pretending that you pulling for me, but you low key. I know you taking shots. I do not. That's the biggest thing. I do not deal with that. You know what I'm saying? Either pull for me or pull against me. Right? Don't pretend you pulling for me. Right? I do not like that. That's the biggest red flag. Because I know when a motherfucker just trying to like, talk shit on the sly. So that's the biggest red flag that I have.
For me, it's jealousy.
So yeah, similar thing, right? Yeah.
Men or women.
Yeah.
I think if I notice that you jealous, I get away. And jealousy is weird and it's interesting because nothing is worse than when you cool with somebody because y'all can relate so much. And then you start achieving and overachieving, or you start reaching heights and they feel like, yo, you know what? We the same age.
Yeah.
We went to the same church.
Yeah.
We went to the same school.
Why I'm not over you?
And it's like,
no, that's real.
That's when I get to look at somebody and go, you know what? You ain't for me no more.
Yeah.
And male or female. And I always look at that and go, a jealous person will sabotage your life.
Yep.
And then you're not even noticing it, and then they don't realize that they blocking their blessing. You know what I'm saying? But jealousy will have you looking crazy. It have you looking like B. Simone with that girl beside her, and both of them don't realize that they both were jealous of each other and was hating on each other. You know what I'm saying?
But they have no reason to, because both of them are fine. Not physically fine, like in life, fine. They're fine. Yeah, I had to clear that up.
Yeah, I was watching an interview. Shout out to Vlad. I was watching one of his interviews with a scammer, and she was so pretty, and she's like, yeah, my grandma always said you shouldn't be broke if you got a pussy. And she and I was just, she was, and then Vlad was
diet
like,
sex work.
Vlad was like, ee. And she was like, yeah, I don't know why my grandma told me that as a kid, as a little girl, but that was her thing. She was like, but I grew up in Oakland, so pimping was a real thing back then.
Yeah, that's wow.
But that's Oakland. Shout out to the home of pimping and hoeing.
Inner cities, man. Inner cities. That's all I got to say. Inner cities are not indicative of Black people. That's another thing I've really been pushing back online. Like the vast majority of Blacks are in the Bible Belt and the suburbs of major cities, basically in the South, right?
Yeah.
When you look at our demographics, we're not really anywhere except the South, right?
Yeah.
But for some reason, Southern black people are not the black people that everyone thinks of when they think of black people.
Nah.
It's I think of the Chicago, I think of the New Yorks, the Phillies, the LA, which is like the smallest part of LA.
Yeah.
Right? Baltimore, maybe DC, but it's like, yo, like the vast majority of us are suburbanites
And
or country.
And stop going to Atlanta to show us only black people. Atlanta and Florida black people are different.
This is true. Like,
So keep that in mind.
but that's the point, though, right? They don't want to show the suburbanites and the rural, like even rural blacks, right? Good example of a rural black, Bernard, right?
Yeah.
That is a rural black, right? Even though I think he's off of 200, but 200 is country. Columbia's a country, right? But it's like, but when you see him, though, right?
Yeah.
The way he interacts with people, the way that he cooks, the way he take care of his family,
Treat people.
the way he treats people, that is a black person. That is a
Absolutely.
typical black person in this country.
Yeah, that is. But you know what? We got to show
The ridiculousness.
the drill.
Yeah, it's like, yo, that's not us.
Yeah. Shout out to drill music, man. I miss it. All started with the Star Spangled Banner, but you know, that's the first drill song.
That's a pretty good title.
That is the first drill song, if you think about it.
Yeah.
First drill song.
It's a pretty good title. Yeah, it's a drill song. Absolutely. I hope y'all did not miss that.
I hate when good things happen to good people, but your team is the victim of the good thing happening. I was rooting for Shedeur. I'm happy for Shedeur. I love what happened for Shedeur, but at the expense of the Panthers was just like,
just a preseason game. You'll be fine.
Shedeur Sanders has proven to me that God always gets the last laugh. Now, Shedeur, I don't know if you're going to do something crazy and God got to show me there's a funnier laugh out there, but I would just say, you know what I'm saying? We said this last week because I think we recorded the day of the game.
Yeah.
And we said, yo, this looked like a lineup. And it wasn't a lineup.
It was. They were 100% trying to sabotage the kid.
Absolutely. Hoping that he get hurt.
Yep.
Hoping that something.
He looks bad. He throws bad picks, bad interception.
Okay.
You know,
No picks.
they wanted to get him off like the whole, like, yo, I want this conversation to end.
Yeah.
Right? Like they threw him out there. He did not have Njoku. He did not have who's the starting wide receiver up there? Anyway, he didn't have a starting wide receiver. He didn't have a starting tight end. He didn't have neither of his starting wide receivers. Tillman wasn't out there either. I think the offensive line had some people hurt. They did not throw in starting running back because they said he quote unquote hurt. And they threw him against the Panthers' first team defense, which I think they thought the Panthers was going to run J.C. Horn and Derek Brown out there. So they really were trying to set him up. They really, really was. Panthers ended up not running J.C. Horn and Derek Brown. And like the dude had y'all backups looking like they actually could play.
Yeah.
So I was like, you know what? Congrats.
And shout out to
You just played yourself.
Joe Flacco over there just laughing
His butt out because he know what's going on.
Yeah, he know. He like.
And
then
he know his career. He know he's like, yo, I'm retiring soon, man. I'm just collecting the check.
Joe Flacco going to the Hall of Fame?
No.
You don't think so?
No, he won a Super Bowl. He's old. He's never really had that stellar career.
I know, but when it counted, he was there.
Yeah, no.
And the NFL is now starting to get to the, hey, we letting a little
Eli is probably the baseline of a Hall of Fame quarterback. Like the really not good, but you can't talk football. You can't discuss New England Patriots and Tom Brady without Eli Manning.
Yeah.
And I think that's like the baseline. Like even with Cam, I think Cam gets in eventually, but I think it happens because you can't discuss the two-way quarterback without Cam Newton.
Yeah. I mean, I'm interested to see if this was 15, 20 years ago, Joe Flacco misses this by a mile.
Yeah. I mean, I got to look at his numbers. To your point, I haven't looked at his numbers in a long time. I don't think he has.
I'm looking at that. Honestly, it's not about the Super Bowl and that run. What it really is.
His playoffs was crazy, though. Like that he was cold in the playoffs.
Yeah. It was like, all right, yo, my contract is coming up.
Yeah. I'm about to get this
What
money.
you mean? I need a Super Bowl to get my contract?
Yeah.
All right, here y'all go.
Yeah.
What? And then I think, what's my boy who was the backup for the Eagles in what's the white boy? He was the backup.
Nick Foles?
Yeah, he gonna get in there.
Nick Foles not getting in.
I bet you he will.
No, he won't get in. He won't get in. These are like good. These are guys who like, yo, we always remember them
for good runs,
but they didn't have the career. It's almost like
what's the
Doug
difference
Williams.
between Nick Foles and Eli?
No,
besides the last name.
I'm literally about to describe to you Nick Foles. It's Doug Williams.
Okay,
right? You know what I'm saying? Like Doug Williams, we all know who Doug Williams is, but he's not Hall of Fame.
Yeah,
and that's Nick Foles.
I think Nick Foles gonna have a interesting take.
No,
look. Hey, we get into those areas where we letting people in who nobody knows.
Because you still got to get your Drew Brees in. You still got to get your Eli Manning in.
Well, Drew Brees got the numbers. He getting in.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But you still got to get those guys in before you could even get like. And with the way quarterbacking is now, the numbers are so high that a lot of the guys that you might have been like on the fence about, like for instance, Jim Kelly, right? You might have been on the fence about a Jim Kelly, and you like. With the numbers now, every quarterback numbers, Brock Purdy numbers gonna be better than Jim Kelly.
I know that's the thing.
Like, so that's what I'm saying. I think you're at the point now where it's like, yo, if you're not error worthy, and I think even that, I think we need to start having that conversation about Hall of Fame guys. It's like it can't just be numbers anymore. It really has to be like, yo. In that era, were you that guy?
Oh, Joe Flacco got 46,000 yards, passing yards, bro. He getting in.
He got to get at 50 though. 50 like the magic number. He might get there if he stick around for 2 more years. He might actually get there.
Exactly, bro. You talking 46, Super Bowl champion, Super Bowl MVP, comeback player of the year. He got the most passing touchdowns in the postseason. That ain't gonna matter none.
That matters a little bit. Yeah, you know what? I mean, it's more accolades than I thought he would have. Yeah. And mind you, I've watched Joe Flacco. Look, let me tell y'all. Like, when I tell y'all I love college football, I remember Joe Flacco playing for the Blue Hens, and y'all don't know what the hell I'm talking about right now.
I ain't never heard of. I heard of Blue Marlin in Columbia.
Yeah, like that's the school he played for, man. So it's like, no, I have followed him his whole career.
Hey, shout out to the Blue Marlin in Columbia. I hate that y'all. Oh yeah, Eli got 57,000, so you might be on to something.
Yeah, 50,000 is kind of like the magic number. But like I said, I mean, he got this season. He's probably not going to retire. He's probably going to stick around. And he, to your point, he's probably trying to hit 50,000, so he can get in at some point.
All right. We'll figure it out. But shout out to that. Oh, also, they are saying if you want to watch every NFL, if you want access to every NFL game this year, it's going to cost you a rack. That is crazy. That is crazy.
You know what's crazy is everybody like got rid of cable because it costs so much. And now by the time you add in all the bundles and everything, that $29.99 for ESPN or $39.99 for ESPN and Fox Sports bundle is insane. That is insane. Like at this point, you might as well just call the cable company back and just be like, "Yo, just
what can we do? What can we work out?
Just spray me the box back."
Like I hate it because we got YouTube TV. First year, this is when the NFL was first doing and every game was on YouTube TV. I was talking Cash Money. Then they start blocking every game.
Yep.
And then it was like you can only watch your local game or what comes on at Fox during those times. And now we putting games on Amazon. Now we putting games on Hulu. It's just like, what are we doing?
Man, I'm telling you, it's getting to the point where it's just like, yo, and Time Warner's getting out of the cable business. So I don't know where you get cable from anymore.
Everything is jacked up. Shout out to Kevin Durant. Kevin Durant, I hate my mom really want to go out. And I'm like,
you got to take her out, man.
Yeah, the problem is my wife is cooking. So now we got this issue of what you gonna do.
If your wife cooking, you got to go home.
Yeah, so it's
Mama understand.
She ain't. You see she called. That's why she called.
Well, she said tomorrow. She also gave you tomorrow.
Tomorrow is Thursday. I got to work tomorrow.
Oh, she got to grab her for lunch then. She can't get dinner. You got to get lunch. But she wants to see you.
Man, my mom's birthday is on Sunday, so she wants a free meal.
No, she wants to see her kid.
Or she wants a free meal, man. I don't know why y'all be acting like this. This dude wrote the last time that Kevin Durant led his team in field goal percentage was 2018. This dude wrote, greatest score my ass. Y'all like efficiency more than what's needed to win. This is why I love Kevin Durant. He wrote 30,000 points on a low field goal percentage. I'm a coach's dream. I'm a dime dropper. I mastered scoring at 24 years old. Give it a rest. I don't care about being the best scorer ever. You are diminishing my all-time greatness by calling me just that.
Kevin has to get out of the comment section.
I love it.
He's way too famous.
He is.
He is way too famous. Like, comment section is for people that haven't made it yet. But once you make it, the comments that you have to go. You got to get a social media manager.
Well, that was the funny part because his joke to somebody who said that to him was like, "Why are you mad that I run my own socials?"
Because you're not supposed to, bro. You make $100 million a year. You're not supposed to be running your own socials.
That's the most frustrating part about being a Kevin Durant fan. He probably could have been the greatest scorer of all time.
Yeah. The two greatest people I've ever seen score is Carmelo Anthony and Kevin Durant. Those two guys are impossible to stop from scoring.
Yeah, and the frustrating part about Carmelo Anthony is he's a poor man's Kobe. So he gonna jack up 30 shots a game too.
Did he have a game where he dropped like 60 points and didn't do anything else?
Yeah. He didn't do nothing else. Like no assists, no rebounds, none of that. He just had 60. That's Carmelo's the dude where you knew like, all right, he getting his 30, but it was a tough watch.
Yeah.
It was beautiful, but you was gonna see a bunch of things. Kevin Durant's gonna give you your 30 and only take 13 shots.
This is true.
And it's beautiful to watch, but I always say this, I hate basketball players who don't look like they care about playing basketball. Kevin Durant has gotten to that point for me.
I think he's always been that guy. He's always just been like, I'm just good at basketball.
Yeah, and
like I don't really care.
He don't really care, and but I always looked at him like, look, he scored better than LeBron. He scored better than Kobe. He scored better than MJ because he can do it. Is no weakness in his shooting. Nobody shoots better than this.
He could pull up from anywhere. I mean, low key, he could have been better than Steph at shooting. I know that might sound a little sacrilegious, but no one could stop this guy from Kevin. The crazy thing is, y'all probably forget the name Jonathan Bender, right? But Jonathan Bender was he was the original guy, but they tried to make him a center for Indiana. So he was very, very similar. So this in the late 90s, you had this era of basketball where you had a dude. I hate to say,
is that you?
Yes, me. You had Abdul Rahim, excuse me.
I'm about to say I know who that is.
Right. You had Rashard Lewis.
Yeah.
Right. You had Detlef Shrimp prior to them. And then you had Pedro Stojakovic, right? So all these were tall shooters that coaches didn't know what to do with them at the time. So Jonathan Bender was like the last one. They screwed his career up. But then when KD came, right? KD made it so a Wemby can do what he's doing now. Yeah. Because Muggs looked at KD and was just like, dude, we want him to play power forward, but he is by far the best shooter on the floor. Yeah. Not the best shooter on the team.
On the floor.
It's 12 players on both teams.
Yeah.
He's the best shooter.
And to put in perspective, I take him as a better, not maybe shooter, but like scorer than somebody like Steph, because no matter where you give KD the ball at, there's a chance it's going in.
Exactly.
I can't give Steph the ball at the elbow.
Nope.
Because he gonna run right back out to the three because he gonna do that. Or
run around the screen, run around. And like KD, wherever you throw it to him, if he turns around, you like, all right,
it's over, bro. It is what it is. But the UFC deal, 7.7 bill.
Hey, man, UFC fighters really about to get paid now, huh?
All right.
Hey, boy.
Sure.
Dana White might be the
greatest.
He is the Don King.
Amazing.
Of the UFC.
He better than Don.
Yeah, is anybody getting paid when the UFC gets paid that fights in the UFC?
No.
That's all I got.
It is amazing. What you got playing this weekend?
Hey, Friday, man. We're all coming out together. I think it's gonna be kid weekend for me, so I'm not doing too much. I gave y'all dad tip of the week. I need to finish up school shopping myself.
Yeah.
But I would not be out this weekend. I will be ordering things offline because I know my kids' sizes.
You seen they put a Shein store in a mall in Atlanta?
Yeah, and I saw it was like super busy. Funny enough, though, right? Know why that Shein store is there?
Why?
Tariffs.
Interesting.
Tariffs. Yeah. So now they just get the stuff imported here. They could pay the tariff in bulk one time and then keep the stuff cheap in the Shein store. And
that makes sense that they put it in Atlanta first, because if you ever get clothes from Shein and you need to return it, you return it at Forever 21.
Yeah. And
if you notice, you can either do it that way or you can mail it back, but you always mail it back to Atlanta.
Yeah.
So it makes sense.
So the crazy thing is, little things like this is happening with tariffs. The backside of that is, I think we have a 287 billion trade deficit, or 200-something billion trade deficit. I might be getting the number wrong, which is like our largest trade deficit ever, which is also due in part to tariffs. So at some point, I do hope that the smartest people in the room gets back in charge, takes what's good, get rid of what's bad, and we can get back to normal, or perhaps this is the new normal.
Yeah, it's gonna definitely be the new normal. What I'm doing this weekend, I got a wedding Saturday. Wedding Saturday, hanging out with y'all Friday. Wedding Saturday, that'll be cool. My shout out to Dom, listener of the show. Then bought merch. He's getting married. Him and his wife, super cool. They've been
Speaking
together,
of merch,
they've been together forever. So
gotta shout our boy out, man.
who?
The one that keeps wearing our merch.
Oh,
shout
shout out to officially Ice, man.
Yeah.
Ice, I ain't gonna lie. Somebody online had posted a picture of y'all on the roof and they made JID like super small. So I laughed at it because I was like, yo, why did they shrink him down? And then I looked, I'm like, yo, Ice shirt looked super familiar. I was like, hold on, that's our shit.
Yeah.
And but super cool. I'm supposed to be going to New York soon, so I'm trying to see if I can link up with Ice. The only problem is Joe talking about flying the whole crew out to Vegas to watch the fight the same weekend I'm going
Same
to New
weekend.
York. And I'm like, go figure.
Oh,
So-
I mean, that would be nice, man. Definitely, you should definitely get him a drink on the pod, man. Tell him we do appreciate that.
Absolutely.
Appreciate y'all scouting us out. Go ahead and sign us.
Do something for us. I mean, besides what the merch is cool too, but I appreciate you. But yeah, man, with that, we're gonna holler at y'all next time.
Holla at your boy.